The departure, the journey begins with dreams of freedom and a better life. James and Daniel and others set out a perilous voyage across the Mediterranean Sea. The stakes are high, the risks unimaginable. Would courage and determination be enough to see them through? At the sea, people of all ages, both male and female, were ready to embark on the journey. Everyone calls upon his or her God to see them through. All metals on dresses was removed by the travel agent. The travel agent shouting to the crowd, "Line up, we leave in an hour." Finally, James and Daniel sat on the boat. The boat's capacity for the journey was to carry only 45 people, but it ended up holding 180 people. When the boat started moving, Daniel, sitting close to James, called James and said to him, "This is it, my brother, the moment we have been waiting for." James, nodding, his voice steady but low, responded, "No matter what happens, we stay together." Daniel remarked, "We thought we were ready for anything. We thought the hardest part was behind us. But the sea had plans of its own." Before the boat could take off, the travel agent gave the captain a compass and a phone. Everyone waved at the travel agent and were all excited. After an hour on the sea, a speedboat from nowhere approached them and authorized them to stop. The captain was too stubborn and refused to stop. So one man in the speedboat brought out a gun and gave a warning shot. The fear made everyone on James and Daniel's boat start shouting at the captain to stop, and he did as they said. The speedboat got near their boats and they realized it was Libya's navy. The navy asked them some questions. Everyone on the boat looked worried and had no option but to follow the navy back to Zuara. They saw the navy placing a call, but did not know who exactly they were calling. They tried calling for several minutes, but were not able to connect to the land. After several attempts of failed phone calls from the navy, they eventually spoke with someone who happens to be the same travel agent who had pushed James and Daniel's boat to embark on their stowaway journey. After a heated dialogue, they were asked to continue their journey because their agent had already paid their connection fee. Everyone rejoiced. After 3 hours, an infant baby started crying heavily. He cried and disturbed everyone's peace. The boat also became faulty and they could not move as fast as they wanted. They were all scared, not because they were going to die, but they did not want to go back to Zuara. They preferred to die on the sea than to go back. On the second day in the Mediterranean Sea, some guys on the boat had enough of the baby's cry. So they persuaded everyone, including the baby's mother, who was from Chad, that the baby was putting everyone's life in danger. So they threw the baby into the sea, although the mother did not agree to it. What a sad incident. After a few minutes, the compass reader told the captain they had lost their route. As soon as everyone heard the news, they were all terrified on the Mediterranean Sea and shouted, "You said what?" He repeated, "We lost our route." The captain calmed everyone down and said, "This journey is between life and death, and everyone on this boat had already signed an agreement with his or her life either to succeed or die. So there is no need for us to panic. We keep trying until we see the rescue ship." On the third day, the boat stopped working or moving. Daniel shouted, "What a journey, and what are we going to do now?" One guy in the crowd responded, "I can fix it." A woman sitting close to him said, "I believe this is not normal." And they asked her, "What do you mean by this is not normal?" She became mute when she was questioned. As the guy was finding his way out of fixing the motor of the boat, a strong storm hit the boat, flipping the boat over. Everyone fell into the water, increasing the risk of injuries and drowning. Lives were lost. Almost 90 people could not make it back onto the boat. That was when the woman voiced out and said she saw one guy with a charm tied on his waist. But it was too late. The travel agent had already advised them not to cross the sea with any form of metal or charm. After all, it could cost their lives. The rest who made it back onto the boat were grieving over the lost souls. After a few hours, there came a big ship. Hope were restored. It was the Italian Navy. They came close to them and asked them to be patient because they saw them when they entered their zone. The Italian Navy went back onto their ship and came with a speedboat to rescue them. They took everyone on board, including James and Daniel, onto their ship. Daniel looked at James and said, "Our European journey just got started." Subscribe now and join us as their incredible story unfolds.